I'm happy. Happy. I just got off work. I feel like a little child right now. Yeah. I've been out here in a minute. Been doing all my videos in my car uh, before dawn. So it's refreshing to be out here in the elements. You know? Yeah. Shema Yashala Yahweh Allah Haganawa Yahweh Akkad Shema Yashala Yahweh Allah Haganawa Yahweh Akkad Shema Yashala Yahweh Allah Haganawa Yahweh Akkad Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Bahasar Chakudas. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings of the brothers to the house of everything elect. It's a high spirit we in Judah. Today I want to go into a topic entitled Houses, Dynasties will spring forth of Babylon. Houses, dynasties will be sprung forth of Babylon. And the reason why I want to go into this, so that I was thinking, once I put this he said, just worry about your house, worry about your family, being around a family reunion, things of that nature. And it's like, worry about your house. And he specified, like, your wife, your little ones. But the spirit, I know he meant by house. Because a house is really the continuance of your legacy. It's a continuance of you. Something that we were cut off from in Babylon. All right? But truth be told, we were in someone else's house. Because, for example, our last names are traced back to Edomites, right? Although we're not related to Edomites, but it's traced back to Edomites because we were supposed to be the property of their descendants. So really, whatever your last name is, it's the house of that person. You see? And pursuant to Leviticus, the 25th chapter, it said your descendants inherit your slaves. All right, but the reason why I went into this, because the reason I'm going into this, is because our family's not gonna make it. All right, our extended families, they're not gonna make it. All right, they're Babylonians. They're part of Babylonians. They're part of Babylon. They've never converted to the truth. All right, would there be certain exceptions through the spirit? Of course, through the spirit, but typically, generally, our family's not gonna make it. We don't even know for sure if we're gonna make it. But I'm gonna do this lesson speaking in the sense that we do make it, right? And the house, the reason why I put it in parentheses, house or dynasties, because your house is really your dynasty. Like, you go into, what's that show? Game of Thrones. They're the house of individuals. All right. So you brothers is watching this. All right. You're gonna be the patriarch of a house. If you look at the word house, like the house of David, if you look at that word, it goes back to dynasty. All right. If you look at that word house in the house of David or the house of Israel, it's a dynasty. That's how you know it's not no fucking conversion from being a heathen to calling yourself a son of God, man. No, it's a bloodline. It's a bloodline, man. All right? The house of David, the house of Israel, the dynasty of Israel. All right? But you brothers in this truth, if we endure to the end, all right, you're going to be the progenitor of a house. Aside from your family is going to get cut off, but you're going to be the progenitor of a house that's going to get ushered into the kingdom. And you're going to be patriarchs and rulers in the kingdom. And you're going to be the Abraham of your dynasty. What our forefather Abraham was for us, you're going to be that to your loins. See, a king's mind is about forwarding his legacy. I was watching a series called The Last Czars. The Last Czars. And this is on Netflix. And it's a damn good series. And it said that the first rule, the first duty of a czar is to give birth to an heir. The second duty of a czar is to conquer lands. All right? The first duty of a czar is to give birth to an heir, a man-child. All right, his replacement. That's the first duty. The second duty is to conquer lands. So the duty of a czar is to conquer lands for his kingdom. But his first duty was to give birth to an heir. So you brothers, all right, in this truth, man, all right, we're like those czars, man, of Russia. All right, we're gonna give birth to heirs if we don't already have them. All right, and you sisters who are cleaved to this truth, you sisters who follow the Lamb whithersoever he go, are the elect sisters. Okay, you're gonna be a part of that brother's house. You're gonna cleave to individual brothers, and you're gonna help build his house, his dynasty. Okay, you're gonna be the Sarahs of our nation. Okay, I said houses will spring forth to Babylon, or houses will be forged out of Babylon. The reason I say it's going to be forged because 2/3 of our people won't make it, and that includes our family. But the Most High is going to single out you, aside from your family, and forge dynasties out of your loins. And the scripture says, and kings shall come forth out of your loins. All right, talking about Abraham, Father Abraham, or Abba Abraham. Okay, but houses should spring forth to Babylon. So going back to the scripture, Isaiah, the 4th chapter, where it says 7 women shall cleave to one man, roughly paraphrasing. All right, those 7 women been the infinite number. All right, no, that's the forwarding of a house. They're building a house. They're those women who come to us at the last minute or the last hour. All right, that's to build a house. That's not just for, all right, we finna just start having sex and just popping bottles. Like, no, that's you're finna start a nation. You're finna start a nation. You're about to start a nation. That's nation building, not the Hotep nation building where we're gonna build in Babylon. No, that's nation building. All right, because the Most High is all about the end of one and the beginning of another. And you know, there's a physical transition to kingdoms. All right, when Isaiah 4:1 takes place, man, that's the physical transition. When Isaiah 4:1 takes place, man. All right, 7 women should bring forth, 7 women should cleave to one man. All right, but houses will be forged out of Babylon, man. The 144,000, the brothers that get delivered, they're going to be the patriarch of dynasties. You're going to be patriarchs of dynasties, man. All right? For Esau was the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And the physical manifestation of Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth, it starts here. First with the knowledge. We receiving the word, then we got to teach the word. That's the beginning of Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We waking up to our nationalities. Ezekiel the 37th chapter. That's the beginning. Excuse me. That's the beginning of Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. Revelation the 11th chapter and the 8th verse. But then it's that physical part where 7 women should cleave to one man. Those Israelite women, all right, cleaving to us. Those women cleaving to us, and we finna forge a nation out of our loins, man. All right, the Most High doesn't deal with mixed or mingled people and nations mingling with each other. It's a separatist. pursuant to Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter. All right, and within every nation, there's their elite. Within every race, within every nation, there's their elite. All right, and out of the nation of Israel, all right, the 144,000, they're the elite. And the 144,000, all right, which are scattered, all right, but mainly in America, all right, which what's that? Well, I say, you know, we drop seed on them. They're scattered, but they're the elite of our nation. And that's the difference between the elect and the rest of the nation. There's always the chief, the princes, all right, the emperors, the dukes. All right, we're going to be that. We're going to be lords. It tells you in Baruch, the 2nd chapter, that when we get sent back to the land of Israel, we're going to be lords over that land, which Lord means to dominate. We're going to have dominion because we're going to be joint heirs with the ultimate lion, the ultimate chief, that's Yahushai. And we're going to be cronies within his kingdom. All right, and part of being his cronies is he's going to give us a share of his kingdom, man. And that's going to play out pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. All right, we get a lot of different lands to rule over. That's why he said he put palms in our hands, which are symbolic for victory, and crowns on our head. All right, but brothers are going to be lords over lands. And speaking of Lord, all right, that's what they call rulers. All right, in the medieval times, they still call rulers they still call rulers lords over there in England right now. All right, the people that run the world are referred to as lords. All right, those bankers, man. All right, but if you look up, if you go into a lord, it's someone who has land, silver, gold, wealth, and he has a house. And if you are a part of his house, then you inherit that land. All right, but you have to get titled. When you get titled something, all right, see the scriptures is all about lordship, and it's very ancient, like in this structure. All right, the Most High is very king. He has a king's mind. So you read the word from the mind of a king. But when you receive the title of lordship, you have access to the earth. You have a certain possession within the earth. All right, certain gold, certain silver. All right, then because you've been titled Lord, guess what? You have your house, your family who comes out of your loins, they get upgraded. So when you get upgraded, your house gets upgraded. Okay, that's just facts, my man. But your house is not going to be your whole family, because we are an extension of spiritually and physically of Abraham. But I say spiritually because Abraham's father, came out of Babylon, and we didn't know too much about his father after that. His family were Babylonians. All right, they were Hebrews in Babylon. Okay, but what we do know is that Abraham was forged out of his family, and the Most High built a nation out of Abraham. He made him a patriarch of a new nation, so to speak. You see where I'm going with this through the Spirit? So our family, they're Babylonians, they're Hebrew Israelite Babylonians, and they've never been converted from the Babylonian mindset, or what we call a Westernized American mindset, and they'll be destroyed. But we'll see them back in the kingdom. All right, they'll be destroyed, and guess what? When they get destroyed, all right, but guess what? We're going to be forged. We're going to be separated, severed from our family, and the Most High is going to build dynasties out of us, the way he built dynasties out of Abraham. All right, you see? So no, the 144,000, the men out here who stand so stiffly for the word, the reward for standing so stiffly for the word is you having lordship and you being the patriarch of a house. All right, your house starts with you and your sons and daughters, you know, and your wives who you're going to receive at the end. The woman that you have right now, she may not make it to that season finale. All right, she was just there to get you into this point. That's why I believe Lot's wife looked back. She was just there to balance him out until he escaped Sodom and Gomorrah. But she got destroyed. And there's a reason why the scripture says, remember Lot's wife. A lot of our women, not all of them, but some of our women, some of us brothers, we have women who are really there to, play that role until it's time to leave Sodom and Gomorrah spiritually. But when it's time to leave and get into that pilgrim mode, they're not going to be there with us. When it's time to leave the city, all right, leave the matrix, leave the power grid, however it plays out, they're not going to be there with us. But what happened with Lot? The Most High supplanted him in a way, and he built a house, or he built his family out of two more women, which were his daughters because of, the situation. But he built two nations. He built two nations out of two more women. And that's the point. His first wife didn't make it. She was only there to hold him down till they left that wicked city. But when it was time to build, the Most High X'd her out. She got X'd out, all right, crucified, all right, and he built two nations out of his loins with two more different women. That too is spiritual, all right. It was spiritual with our forefather Abraham, because his dad was basically like a 2/3, basically, all right. That was westernized in that particular era. All right, and the Most High forged Abraham and serving him from that mindset, serving him from that way, and built a nation out of him, built nations out of him. All right, and kings shall come forth out of our loins. But what also is spiritual, the Most High, he severed Lot from his wife when it was time for Sodom and Gomorrah to get destroyed, and he cut her out, he X'd her out, and built two more nations out of that same man. Remember Lot's wife. So I believe through the Spirit, a lot of our women, or some of our women, they're not gonna make it. It wasn't written for them to make it. They were there to hold us down until the brimstones come, or the city shut down, when you can no longer just have convenience in Babylon without taking that ketchup. All right, not the ketchup, I'm sorry, without taking that what. All right, without taking that what, man. So they're just a role they're playing. But houses will spring forth of Babylon. And the brothers that you see on the highways and the byway, the brothers that endure to the end, they will be the patriarchs of nations. All right, I will make a little one. If a brother could get that right quick, I don't know if apparently I don't have a lot of brothers on here. I know it's like the teaching day Saturday for a lot of different camps. So that's understandable. But a little one should become 1,000, and a small one a great nation. All right, a little one should become 1,000. All right, because we're the little ones. All right, but out of our loins is going to produce nations. Out of our loins, man. Okay, but with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. All right, once again, I want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah Bahasham Kakadash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Baba Baal, Kamya Shalom.